I suppose. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Welcome to the Wonky Gamer, episode 38. What Christmas Bunnies? I'm Stef, your host, and here is Mr. Dead Reckoning.
Hello.
And Mr. Rammy.
Hello! Look, I can wave with my hands and everything.
Excellent.
Whereas before, I've done that actually every time we've done the podcast. It's just now you can see me doing it.
Every time? So all like 38 times just been like, yay!
Yeah, and I've waved, but this is the first time they've been able to see the wave.
Excellent. Well, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about a couple of things. We could moan on about Star Wars Battlefront 2, UFC 3, Destiny 2, and governments making laws about gambling and loot boxes, but we can't be bothered. So
I'm so over all that.
What was that?
I'm so over all of that.
I'm not over it. I just can't cope with enough people talking about it now. There's just enough. So instead, we're going to talk about our top 5 games of the year.
Woo!
And also our top 5 games that we are looking forward to in the coming year. So it's going to be a very exciting Christmassy episode.
What about the Christmas bunnies, though?
I don't really know, just like bunnies with Christmas hats. That was,
Okay.
I think, the logic behind the title. Because why the hell not? Who doesn't like a bunny with a Christmas hat?
There's no reason why not.
Exactly. Give me one good reason why.
Bunnies are for Easter.
Shut up! Shut up, man! Shut up! How the fuck you ruin it? You ruined it all. Damn it.
So,
I'm very upset by that.
how are we going to do this? Are we going to say one at a time, or
One at a time, I think, because otherwise it'll be me talking for ages, and then you talking for ages, and then Dad talking for ages, and then us talking about the things that we're talking. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'll start. So let's talk about a little game in my top 5 called Persona 5.
Woohoo!
Yeah, yay.
Persona 5 is amazing, actually. This year's been the rise of the JRPG. And Persona 5 is, god damn it, the best JRPG I've played in years.
Not at my wheelhouse, to be fair.
God damn my phone.
Well, it's totally awesome, though.
It was amazing. I went over to Ramy's to play it. I actually need to finish playing it with him.
Yeah,
But
we need to play more of that.
we do,
Like
because
that.
it's really, really good. Sorry if I'm looking distracted. I just want to turn off my phone making noises at me. There we go. Yeah, it's really good. We literally sat and played it for ages at your house. I haven't played it since because it was a lot of fun playing it together. But
Didn't we play it for like 10 hours or something like that?
didn't we stay up till 6 in the morning or something stupid?
I think we did. We had a plan to look at a whole bunch of games, and we started playing Persona 5, and then nothing else got a look in.
Yeah, it's damn good actually. Because you'd watched a stream of it up to the point I'd played, just out of luck.
Yeah,
And then we
weirdly.
just played it from where I was. And it's a good game because you
Yeah.
can swap it over, like the controls and things. And it's a lot of fun. I suppose I should probably say what's so good about it. I mean, it's the story, isn't it? I mean, as usual, I love story games, and it's serious story in that game.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool because you do a whole school year, and you're kind of like how do I explain the story? It's quite hard to explain. It's crazy Japanese story, but basically you're a new school student, and some crazy shit happens, and it's a bit like Ni no Kuni, where you're kind of like you go inside the imaginations of adults who are messed up, and you kind of have to sort of, I don't know, solve the problem, I suppose, through violence.
Yeah.
And these things are called personas. It's really weird. It's so hard to explain, but it's really good.
It's like sort of a dungeon crawl RPG and half kind of Japanese teen life drama.
That's probably it. Yeah, that's probably how you say it.
Because half of the game you're there managing your social calendar. Oh, I need to hang out with that friend more to get this bonus or that bonus when I go in the dungeon next, and it's just awesome fun. It was just so well polished.
It,
The whole gameplay experience. They've done a bang up job on it. Really good.
well, it's very stylish as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you can probably see from the background of the video cast, like that's the kind of style that the whole game has, and all the menus are designed like that, and it's very, very sleek and very cool. It's probably the best UI design I've seen in a game ever, hands down, probably.
Yeah, it was all really cool.
And
And just genuinely a lot of fun to play and hard to put down.
yeah. Well, you went and immediately bought Persona 4, didn't you, on the PS Vita?
Yeah.
Did you actually play much of
Because,
it?
I've probably played about, I don't know, 10 or 12 hours of it, I reckon.
Oh, brilliant.
Which for me, that's actually pretty good going. So I think I've completed maybe 1 or 2 of the dungeons
Oh, really?
at least. So yeah, I've actually played a fair amount of it, and it was good. And then I get distracted, and something else catches my attention, and it's fallen by the wayside. But I do need to go back to it because it's a good game. But there's loads to do. Just ridiculous how much stuff there is. Whether it's building your relationships with certain friends or trying to catch new monsters to use to combine into different kinds of personas, and so very much.
Well, and I think that's the I think the sad thing is like I don't know. I wish I had more time to play it. There's been a few games this year that are really good that you sort of need the time you had when you were a kid, like being able to sink 100 hours
Yeah.
into a game. But
And to session it, because literally dropping in for a couple of hours here or there just isn't really enough.
it isn't really at all. So that's one of my top 5. Who should we go on to next? Let's
You? No, Rammy can go next.
do Rammy.
Yeah, I'll go next. All of these are in no particular order. But I'm going to say Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Which is also one of mine.
Ah, right. Well, that kind of does 2 for the price of 1 there. But yeah, was completely blown away with that game. It's the first game that's got this big open world where I actually felt really sucked in and part of the world. It is just a truly immersive experience because anywhere you see in the world, you can literally get to. You can climb anything and everything. And it's just so much fun. It's got all the usual kind of Zelda tropes, but then they've taken it to the next level. And just the exploration. We'd be doing one thing. Again, it's a game I played with Stef because you got it on the Wii U, didn't you, Stef?
I haven't played it on the Switch.
And I've played it on the Switch and the Wii U.
Oh, have you?
Because I got to play on it on a Switch at one of the houses of my kids' friends. Actually, they went round for a play date, and I ended up hanging out there and playing Zelda with their parents. Like,
did you just kick the kids off the console and say, "Right, you need to go outside"?
No, they were sent outside to play or upstairs to play with Lego. I got to play Zelda all day. And it was a really good contrast because me and Steph played the start of the game and just like, oh, you're brand new, you're just picking up your first thing, struggling with like 3 or 4 to start off with, and a tiny amount of stamina for climbing.
Yeah.
Whereas his friend had literally done just about everything, was just going through clearing certain aspects of the map. And so just seeing how like the late game character compared to the start of the game, what a massive difference. It really is.
It did something amazing, the new Zelda. I mean, I do have one flaw with it, but I'll go into that in a sec. But like the one thing it did do amazingly is just that sense of scale, and
Yeah,
you know, you see a mountain, you can climb up that mountain, you feel like you're in a world. It's like
you do.
it's like the first time you play like Morrowind or something. I mean, Skyrim's great, but it's kind of been done before, like that kind of open world. But when you first played a game like Morrowind, um, that whole feeling of opening up to an open world that you had with that game, you get a whole new sense of that with Zelda.
Yeah, definitely. And I do hope they continue in that vein with future Zeldas. I'd like to see happen next.
I mean, the only flaw I found with it was that it didn't have enough story.
All right, okay.
It just felt a little bit disconnected, like more so than the older Zeldas.
Yeah. Oh, I can get that.
But I mean, it did a lot of good as well. So I don't want to give it too much hassle because it is one of my top 5. It is really, really, really good.
Just such an awesome game. It's so much fun to play.
I mean, if I didn't have a Wii U, I would have bought a Switch. Basically, it's that good.
Just for Zelda, it's that good.
It's probably what has made the console sell so well. It's pretty. I think it's on to. I think it's on 9. Is it 9 million sales of the console? I think I heard today.
Wow.
It's basically matching the PS4 on the PS4's release year, which is really good.
That is. It's nice to actually see Nintendo getting it so right for a change and succeeding, whereas a couple of the last consoles they seem to have lost their way a bit.
It's only the last one. The Wii did really well.
Yeah.
But I do think like the Wii U did not do very well. I think the Switch is starting to catch up with the Wii U sales. That's how badly it did.
Right, wow.
It's actually the Wii U will probably be a collector's item in like 10 years, probably worth loads because no one bought it apart from me.
It's so...
But never mind. It wasn't that bad a console either. It's just they got the wrong hook with it. You know, the one thing gamers want to do above anything else, they found out with the Switch, is they want to have a shit while they're playing Skyrim. That's
Well, who doesn't want
I know.
that?
Apparently
I mean,
everyone wants to have a poo and play Skyrim, so fair enough.
but I mean, at the end of the day, you can't own Skyrim in enough formats, can you?
I don't own any formats.
You must have played it though.
No.
You haven't played
No.
Skyrim. You're like the only human
Not
being
one.
on the planet that hasn't.
Probably.
Under the age of 50. Like, pretty much everyone's played it. Holy shit, that's amazing.
Now I know you've got your Final Fantasy trauma, Dad, but was there some kind of Morrowind like trauma in your past?
Someone wouldn't stop going on about it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's understandable, actually.
Yeah.
It has got a bit boring hearing about it. It has been released 7
Yep.
times or something, and it's been out for 10
Yep.
years or something.
Yeah.
VR
Yeah.
and
What's coming out next year, though, Steph?
Well, I wanted to put this in my
or mobile phone version.
no, that's Final Fantasy. Pocket Final Fantasy 15. The chibi times.
That's spoilers for
It's
games you're
wrong.
looking forward to. Then
You are?
is that spoilers for games you're looking for?
No, I had to take that out because
Oh right,
because you mentioned something, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to put that instead. I am actually, after all my like bitching about Skyrim being released too many times on an episode a while back,
Yeah.
since getting a VR headset, I really want to play Skyrim VR. Like, desperately want to play it. Because I now I know what VR can do. Like,
you know, you're the entire reason they're getting away with this, man. Like, they've not released a new game for ages. They just keep, like, repackaging it.
There's a guy.
They know Steph's going to buy it every
There's a guy called Stef. He'll buy it every time we sell it.
do you know what? The sad thing is, it's true though. I mean, I think I got it on. What did I get on originally? I think I got it on the PS3. Did it come out on that? I got it on the PC. Then I got the special edition for free on the PC. Then I bought the enhanced edition on the PS4, even though I had a copy of it on the PC. I think because my PC was dying at the time. And then I want to get.
All right.
Oh god, I don't know what matters with me.
I bet when you eventually get round to getting a Switch, you'll get it on that as well.
Yeah, probably. I get like.
Yeah, while he's playing
I
Skyrim.
can like do the virtual reality thing. I can have a poo while playing it. I mean, what more could you want, really?
Have a while playing it in virtual reality.
Oh god, yeah. Imagine like role playing it in VR while having a poo at the same time.
Amazing.
No thanks.
No, maybe don't.
I'm going to wait for the Switch VR headset to come out.
That is never going to happen. There's no way.
2019, man.
You are.
2019. Nintendo are going to release these cool shades you wear.
They'll be like, you know, those old 3D glasses that were like green, red and blue. They'll be like those.
Yeah.
It'd be sick. It'd be amazing.
Anaglyphic.
Yeah. That's what you need.
Anaglyphic 3D. The one that makes your eyes go funny when you take them off.
I think we should move on.
Yeah, DeD.
Top 5. One of your top 5.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Good choice.
Got to be in there.
Why?
Because it's fucking awesome. It's got a lot of things to do. It's got a really good combat system. The story was engaging and interesting. What else? I really enjoyed playing it, mainly. And there's DLC for it as well already, which was enjoyable to play through as well, but completely separate to what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I am.
Surely selling points has got to be massive fucking robot dinosaurs.
Yes, that is kind of one of the main selling points. And shooting massive fucking robot dinosaurs as well.
Yeah.
It was a really good game. I haven't played it enough to put it in my top 5. But if I played it more.
Played the shit out of it.
Yeah, well, literally everyone I know that's played it like long enough, like both my cousins absolutely love it. Like I think my when I last saw my cousin, he was borrowing my other cousin's he borrowed my PS4 to play it and hammered it within like 3 or 4 days.
Hey, I didn't realise that was an option.
What, Horizon?
No, borrowing your PS4 to play Horizon Zero Dawn.
I probably could lend you my PS4 actually at the moment because I'm a little bit PC bound with my VR headset at the moment.
Yeah, you've got that VR headset, so you got to do stuff with that.
The thing is, one of my top 5 is actually a kind of it's a VR and non-VR title that wouldn't have been in my top 5 if I hadn't got a VR headset, but I'll go on to that in a bit.
All right. I'm excited to hear about that.
But yeah, I don't know. Horizon's a great game. Like it's reminds me a lot of Assassin's Creed, but it actually has like a really good story. I'm not saying like the new Assassin's Creed doesn't. It's actually quite good. But it
Burn!
to be fair, actually, the new Assassin's Creed has very good story. Like it's a lot better than the older ones. But Horizon is slightly better story-wise. Would you agree, Dad? It's quite a hard choice, actually.
the story in Horizon is there's a lot more information in Assassin's Creed because it's a lot more all over the place.
Yeah.
Effectively, it's a much larger area of land you're covering. So, I mean, they're very different stories. So it's one is set in Egypt while it was kind of its heyday, and the other one's set where there's not a lot of anything.
Yeah.
So it's two very different storytelling mechanics.
Except for robot dinosaurs.
Except for robot dinosaurs in Assassin's Creed would look weird.
We just have quite a deep mystery to it, Horizon, from what I understand.
Yeah.
So I've only played like 10 hours, and that isn't really scratching the surface, from what I understand.
This is what's contained in the first game could lead on to a lot more story.
Right. Yeah, it has a lot of potential. Like, I don't know, it's pretty cool, I'd say.
I enjoyed it. That's the important
thing. Let's do another one then. So that's all of one of our top 5. So let's go on to our second load of them. So, well, I would say Zelda, but we've already talked about that. So, I don't have a picture for this. Balls. Okay, I'll do another one instead. Let's do Yakuza 0. Yakuza 0.
Yeah.
Am I the only person that's played this?
Probably.
You are. I've watched like videos and stuff on it, and it looks insane.
It's.
But you're the only one who actually, I think, played it.
It's Sorry, I'm being awful and trying to find a picture while we do this. It's a really, really good game. It's, I don't know. It's probably one of the best games I've played this year. Actually, if you like D&D, it's pretty much perfect. It has like a narrator, and yeah, it has a narrator and that type of thing, and it's just really, really good.
And is it like contextual narration? So like Bastion?
What, from the Never-Ending Story?
No.
Sorry.
The game Bastion was kind of a twin-stick shooter type thing.
No, it's like it is very much like
Morgan Freeman voiceover for everything you were doing in game.
a little bit. It's like you've got a dungeon master or a games master, and he's like narrating parts of the story, and then you play your character and you say certain things, and it's all voiced, I think. So it's really good, and also there's like so many ways to kind of get through bits of the story, and you can do things like hundreds of different ways as well. So it's really like it's one of the closest to role playing that I've played in a long time because you just have so many choices.
You're just in it for, is it strip clubs you own or dancing girls or something like that?
Wait, what am I even on about? I'm totally getting confused now. Thinking of Divinity. Yeah, the thing is with Yakuza is that it's very, very, very Japanese. So it's quite like yeah, ignore the narrator stuff because I got completely bloody confused there. Because I was searching for a Divinity Original Sin 2 picture. I was literally like,
okay, so
okay, Yakuza 0, let's get back to basics.
Audience,
I need to do this a little bit when one of you guys is talking, actually.
That will make more sense.
It would, it'd be more logical. Right, Yakuza 0, absolutely crazy. You're a Yakuza guy. So there's a big series called Yakuza, and this is set before all the other games. So you're kind of a young Kaguya, I think he's called, I think it's like the 80s or something, and it's very story based. The combat is almost like, I don't know how to call it really. It's a little bit like Street Fighter-esque, but kind of three-dimensional. And it is crazy Japanese kind of stuff. Like, for fun, you can go with your friends to a karaoke bar and play a karaoke bar minigame. There's some really weird stuff in
there.
Yeah. But it's kind of cool. Like, you kind of... It's a bit like you're a good guy Yakuza, sort of. But it's just got some really weird shit in as well. Like, the story's really, really good. If you want something, like, completely obscure that doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's got a good story, but it's seriously, seriously Japanesey, it's a really good game. Like, yeah, it's great.
The weird thing is, we got loads of these really good JRPGs
right at the beginning of the year.
And they were all right at the start of the year in like a 2 or 3 month at the most period, so they were all back to back pretty much.
Yeah,
that came out.
It was quite surprising because really, like, there's quite a bad Japanese RPGs have been kind of crappy for quite a while, like a really long time. And it's really good to see that they're back on form again.
They just exploded this year, didn't they?
They did, and they've been really good. Like, 'cause I kind of felt Japanese RPGs were kind of dead, really, at the moment, because they've, Final Fantasy has gone down the pan. I mean, 15 was, like, a little bit better than what they've released for a while, but it had so much potential, but it didn't, I don't know, they didn't have enough story, and they're kind of doing this games as service thing for that as well, at the moment, sort of. Like, they keep adding weird content, and, like, I don't know, it's like they're kind of still finishing building the game, so it might be great in another year, but they're like adding stuff like you can switch your player character now. Like, they've added in a patch this month or something. It's like, why didn't you just have that in the game when you released it? Why is this now a feature after it being out for a year and a half or a year or however long? It's just a bit weird.
Thought of the feature.
What's that?
They may have only just thought of the feature.
I don't know. They've had 10 years to make Final Fantasy 15.
Development for 10 years. Someone somewhere must have. Oh, why don't we make it so you can play more than just the one guy?
They just know what the fuck they're doing. I mean, 15 did do pretty well, and it's not a bad game. It's just like there's just not enough story, and like things happen in it that are kind of like, why do I not have backstory for that? Like, this character died, or this thing happened, and I don't really know who they are, and I don't really care about them, even though I know I should. Like, I don't know. It's a bit weird. It has so much potential as well, but that's the annoying thing. It's got the kind of like, it's got it there. It's got all the good ingredients there, and like the ideas, but they're kind of just really thinly spread. Which is stupid for a Final Fantasy game. They've always been about story. Like, it's just all concept and no action, really. Anyway, enough about JRPGs. Rammy, what are one of your top 5?
Well, I've just realised now, looking at my top 5 list again, that we've already well covered another of my top 5, which was Persona 5 as well.
Yeah. Great game.
I'd actually put that down saying, yeah, that's one of my top games of the year, because I did have awesome fun playing that game, and I'm desperate to play more of it. So hopefully next year, Stef, we can work out some time to do that.
Definitely, man. Definitely. We need to hang out a bit more, really. It's been a bit crazy this year.
Yeah. You never know. Maybe life won't get in the way so much next year. We'll get some time.
That'd be good. Life can be quite annoying.
Check. Should I do another one of mine then instead?
Yeah, do another.
Right. The other ones are sort of games that you may not expect them to be on a top 5, but they're the games I've probably pumped the most time into.
That's good, though. That's good.
One is Smite Hand of the Gods.
Excellent.
And it's just so much fun. It's based on the Smite MOBA. Is
Yeah.
it?
It's like a 3D
Like
3D MOBA. I think it was one of the first 3D
3D.
MOBAs.
Yeah, which that's also on Xbox, but I noticed on the Insider program, they were saying, "Oh, join the Smite Hand of the Gods beta. It's like a trading card game, a bit sort of. It's got elements of Hearthstone, I guess,
Mm.
because you get an extra mana each turn, up to 10. Um, play with a hand of 25 cards." And then you've also got the extra depth to the card game, though, is the fact that when you play your cards, you'll either play a monster or a god to a battlefield. They've got like this grid battlefield, and you then go and attack this pillar on the opposite side, and they play their monsters. And once you've played them, you then move them about and battle. So it's really cool. It's got like this whole extra tactical element to it. And it's just a lot of fun.
Cool. Yeah, I quite like the card game. I think everyone kind of settles on one card game, don't they? In terms of like online kind of card games.
I've played a bunch of Magic online because I was a big fan of Magic. I tried Gwent.
Yeah.
Didn't wasn't as gripped with Gwent. Tried Hearthstone, but Hearthstone, because I've not been in it from the start, it now feels really difficult to achieve coins to get any cards.
Yeah.
Because I have no cards, so you're kind of in a catch-22. I'm
When
not
also,
willing to pay them.
also you end up playing against people that have like very particular card sets that shit on people.
Exactly. Like, so you can't get your foot in the door. It feels now.
Well, that's quite an interesting one. It's like it's quite unexpected that as a game of the year.
Yeah. Smite, Hand of the Gods, awesome fun. I've had hours and hours and hours of fun on that.
I think DeD's got probably the most interesting list in a sense. Like unexpected.
Yeah.
I would say.
I've got next up would probably be Ghost Recon.
Aha. Ghost Recon.
Oh, Ghost Recon Wildlands.
I played the beta of this, didn't I, with you?
Yeah, we played the beta. I've only played a little bit of the main storyline because I've been waiting for you and Cook to sort it out.
I need to own that game.
But no, it's a lot of fun. You get to run around and shoot people. Basically, you're sent in to clear up a drugs cartel, and it kind of all goes sideways, especially when you play with Rammy.
It's totally epic.
Yeah. Will spend half an hour climbing up a hill, sneaking in,
delving towards the target,
and Rammy drives in and shoots everybody.
I nick a car and drive into the middle of them.
Oh my god.
Totally amazing. It worked though.
Cards.
Yeah, it just makes it slightly harder.
That reminds me of when I used to play a role-playing spy in Battlefield 1942.
Oh no!
I called myself the role-playing spy, and you could team kill in that game. It was great. So they had a map called Coral Sea where you're on opposite sides of the map on these aircraft carriers. So everyone like got really pissy about getting the aeroplanes, because you couldn't like do anything else. You had to fly the aeroplane and like blow each other up in aeroplanes. So everyone got like really pushy about trying to get hold of the aeroplanes as they spawn. So being a role-playing spy, I just kept like putting shit tons of like mines across the whole aircraft carrier, so that every time someone tried to fly off, they blew up. But then I got banned from that server and I stopped doing it. But anyway, don't try this at home, kids.
No, but
But yeah, Ghost Recon. I don't know. I played some of like the like the old school ones. I'm trying
Yeah.
to think what they were called.
yeah,
Ghost Recon Warfighter, wasn't it?
I was thinking even
No.
older.
Future Soldier.
Yeah, they had like quite a lot of other ones, didn't they? It's a good
yeah, I'm
series.
sure there was more before that. I played one really old one. Sure.
Isn't it part of the Rainbow Six thing or not?
It's Tom Clancy, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But it sounds like quite a lot of fun because it is an open world and multiplayer. And well, it is multiplayer because you guys are playing together. But
It's
yeah,
kind of like the Division without walls.
just like co-op multiplayer.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
yeah. It's really cool because any of the missions you can all group together on and get your friends to join in, and you can approach any of the missions any way you want, as I showed.
Yeah. Airdropping in
Also, helicopters, amazing fun helicopters,
it.
and shooting out your own rotors and crashing onto the enemy, brilliant.
It's basically a game made for trolls. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Excellent.
It's a game made for trolls and people who like trolling the AI of the game.
Excellent. That's what you want. I want to play it. I haven't actually played it. I haven't had a chance.
Wasn't that a technique we actually used? Did we not fly a drone into one of the enemy's helicopters to crash it?
Didn't you do that to your own
Did we-
helicopter?
Cook flew it into our helicopter and crashed it.
right. I'm sure we
Uh,
decided we need to try that on that guy who's escaping in the helicopter, though. And it worked
Yeah, I think we did.
after Cook had shown it works on our
Oh my
helicopter.
god.
Yeah.
But
You
no,
can literally do what you like in the game.
and there are so many toys and other things to collect. It's just hours of fun, especially with friends.
I need to try it. I haven't got to try it yet. It's one of those kind of like there has actually been a lot of good games this year, so it's been quite hard to like
Yeah,
get round all of them
afford
or get the money for them even.
yeah.
It's been because I didn't get Horizon Zero Dawn for ages actually either because that was when all the JRPGs came out I think.
Yeah, I think that was just on the back of them, wasn't it?
Yeah. Who have we got next? Is it back to me again?
Yeah, I think so.
Back to you again.
Right.
But then again, we've both done 2 each of ours, haven't we?
Well, should we do one of
because we doubled up, so I think we should do another of Dead's.
Dead's got a nice mix here.
Yeah.
Give us another Dead.
It'll have to be Assassin's Creed, probably.
Which is one I played as well.
Yeah. No, Assassin's Creed's huge. It's all of Egypt.
Yeah.
There's lots of things to do. Lots of things to stab. Lots of very interesting stories and a very intriguing thing in the bottom of a pyramid.
Yes, that was quite intriguing.
Which kind of implies that the people that built the pyramids were slightly more technologically advanced than we think they were.
It's a very good game actually. I would say it's my like 6th top 5. It's like close. It's like very close to being my top 5.
I'm interested in the season pass DLC as well because one of them you're fighting against a pharaoh or something, and then there's basically an undead nightmare version, like a second story that's just you versus the mummy.
Oh really?
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, there's a whole storyline where you're fighting against an undead king.
Oh my god.
One of the pharaohs has come back to life as a mummy,
Immortal.
basically.
I think that's what I liked about the new Assassin's Creed is it took a few like liberties, didn't it? It did some like kind of more sci-fi stuff.
Yeah, the Stargate
Mm,
style technology thing in the basement of the pyramid was a bit
that was really unexpected.
Stargate Assassin's Creed.
It's a really good game actually. Like, and it you could tell that it's taking cues from a couple of games.
The Witcher.
Witcher 3, Zelda. Somehow it must have taken the cues from. I mean, because you can climb up a lot there as well. You know.
Most Assassin's Creed games you can pretty much climb on everything.
But there was something about this one. I think maybe because it was so big.
Yeah, it's an entire country.
And the thing is, like, as I've said in a lot of episodes, Assassin's Creed always has a lot of potential, and you always end up, like, I personally always end up buying it and then being slightly disappointed. I wasn't with Origins. I wasn't at all.
It's very well put together. The combat system's very good. Just all the mechanics seem to fit quite nicely.
Can you swim in the game?
Yes.
Yep. You can swim underwater in the game.
Yeah, you
Are
can.
you sure you're just in denial?
Oh, no.
No, I'm not in denial. I've not found denial yet.
I need some sound effects, like, do, do, do. Yeah. Oh, dear.
I've not been thinking of that the whole way through you two talking. Honest.
Oh, dear. But no, it's good. It's a really good game. Like, I highly recommend it. I actually gave Spindles a copy because I got a free key with my I don't know, something I bought, SSD or something.
Wasn't it?
The Oculus Rift.
Oh, it was your hard drive.
Oh yeah, when I got my Oculus Rift. Yeah, well yeah, because I got an SSD as well, and I had to get a good graphics card as well, which I'm having to pay off on finance.
Oh my god.
It's costing me a lot on finance. Well, it doesn't cost me that much more, but I've got to pay it off for a year, so it's not ideal. Mistakes were made.
I thought
Games were played. I think it was worth it in the end.
Which kidney did you sell?
I sold my guitar, which is probably more important than a kidney. So probably worth more as well.
I'd love to play the new Assassin's Creed, but price tag compared with how much I played Black Flag.
You could have had it free.
Yeah, but on PC, and I'm too lazy to play
You
it.
can play. I was playing it with a controller on the PC.
I keep forgetting that you can now use controllers with PC games.
I play most PC. I know it's like sacrilege, but I play most PC games with a controller.
Yeah, I keep forgetting you can do that now.
It's great. Like, I literally only used to buy it. Like, I've only really bought consoles because I can't be asked to like sit at a keyboard. And now you can like use a controller. Oh god, what's happened? What's happening to us in our old age?
But then again, I've still only got my laptop, so may not have run the best on it.
To be fair, it runs like dog, from what I understand. If you don't like, a lot of people with like pretty good systems have had a lot of problems with it running it.
Right.
I think there's like 2 layers of DRM or something on it, and it like absolutely destroys your CPU. So
yeah, no, my laptop probably wouldn't have coped. So Spindles is much better off having it.
it's a shame though, like that kind of brought it down a bit in people's opinion because it's such a good game from Ubisoft. It's great. It's really good. Speaking of which, Black Flag is free, isn't it, at the moment on Uplay?
Yes, it is. It's their something anniversary.
Yeah, they're giving it away free.
Yep.
I mean, Xbox has given away so many Assassin's Creed games as part of Games with Gold. I figure if I just wait long enough, I'll get it for free anyway. It may be 2 or 3 years, but you know, at some point, it's coming my way.
That's probably true.
Now.
That's probably true.
once it's gone platinum a couple of times, it'll.
Are they releasing a
They'll get
HD
it.
version? Oh no, they're releasing a HD version of Assassin's Creed Rogue, which you guys should play if you haven't played it.
What? So they're revamping it.
Yeah.
When's that coming out?
I don't know actually. I only just recently heard of this actually. Let's just check.
I mean, it's already backwards compatible on the Xbox One, so.
Sorry, I'm just like.
I know that much.
Oh, it's a leak apparently. It's been leaked.
Yeah, they might be doing it for the PlayStation, but I can already play that on my Xbox One.
Assassin's Creed Rogue HD was submitted to the board by Ubisoft and classified today. It probably is coming out, and Rogue's like one of those games that kind of a lot of people missed because it came out towards.
It came out at the end of the Xbox 360's life. It was the last Assassin's Creed game to be released on the Xbox 360, and it was the 360 answer to Unity because they came out at the same time.
They did. And Unity was shit. From what I understand, it ran like dog.
That's because it was clever with a multiplayer system on it that didn't work.
But Rogue was better than Black Flag.
Kept phasing through.
It's that good.
Yeah, people kept having graphics glitches where people were phasing through buildings. They had a lot of issues where people were on stealth missions and they'd get the random idiot from the internet who just runs at things and spoils it, and then you'd have to start again, and then you'd get another one and you'd have to start again, and you'd spend hours just trying to do the same quest over and over again.
Even the single player was buggy though as well, from what I understand. Didn't they take it off Steam for a while and then re-release it? Oh.
No, I think that was Batman.
Oh, they did that. Yeah, they definitely did that with Batman. Arkham Knight, I think. It's pretty bad, that. Yeah, okay. Well, that's probably Assassin's Creed for the moment.
Yeah.
What else do we have? So, do we go back to me or Rammy?
Yeah, back to you, Stef.
So, I'll actually do Divinity this time. Which I've already talked about and confused the hell out of whoever watched that section of this video. So, back to a narrator in a game that's like Dungeons and Dragons. That's not called Yakuza 0 because Yakuza 0 is nothing like Dungeons and Dragons at all. There's like literally nothing. There's like no connection actually with D&D and Yakuza. Like there's literally nothing. Anyway, Divinity Original Sin 2. So this has a narrator in it, and it's really cool. It's like D&D. And the narrator's like a lot like a GM, as I've already said. But it's really cool. You can do anything any way you want. There's like lots of different kind of quests that you can do to get to the same endpoint. So let's say you need to get out of a keep or something, which you do at the beginning of the game. You can get out of there like 7 or 8 different ways. The cool thing is all the combat's very similar to Baldur's Gate, and you have a lot of story choice. And also the really cool thing about the combat is, so you use if you use spells and elements and stuff, you can use all your spells affect the environment. So let's say there's like a barrel with some oil in it, and you throw fire in its direction. It'll explode the barrel, and then oil will go everywhere, and it'll all set on fire. And anyone that stood in its vicinity will set on fire. You can also use water spells to create rain that puts out the fire, and you can you have characters that are undead that, if you use poison on them, it heals them, but if you use a health potion, it does damage to them. It's very, very clever. It's so good, actually, that I've got a group of friends that we're actually going to be doing a live stream on my friend's channel every Thursday, where a friend of mine is running a D&D campaign of Temple of Elemental Evil, if anyone knows that.
Oh, wow.
And he's going to run that in the Divinity engine, yeah. And we're all going to play a character.
Is it a turn-based? Is it turn-based? Or is it...
Yeah, it's turn-based.
Right. Okay.
So it's
Well,
going to be like a
I'm gonna.
quicker version of D&D.
When is that starting, Steph? Because I'm desperate to watch that, and I'm gonna watch you get your ass absolutely.
I'm going to get destroyed. It's going to start in January, I think, and it's going to be every Thursday. And we are going to be very strict about the timing of it, so it's definitely going to be every Thursday, because
I'm stuck.
it's the guy whose stream it's going to be on is called Jake, and he's doing streaming as a living, so it has to be very precise and very on the ball time wise. So that'll be really regular.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to watching that.
But Divinity is great. It's not only a really good game with a really good story, with lots of choice and all that kind of stuff, and very Baldur's Gate-esque, but it does have this kind of GM mode that is really good from what I've seen so far. You can do a lot of stuff on the fly. You can like pull things in like in the background, do loads of cool stuff. So it's really cool. And if you're interested, you can see a bit more of that when we do stream it. I'm not sure what the stream's gonna. Well, the guy whose stream it is, so you should follow him because he's really good. He's called Worthless Emu, and he's on Twitch. So it's twitch.tv/Worthless Emu, and he's really cool. He's helped me out with some of this, working out some of this video stuff as well. But yeah, so that is Divinity. So let's go to Rammy.
Right. Okay.
What have we got left?
I've got two left. Save possibly the best for last, and go with
I know which one you're going for.
another very retro choice, I guess. Skyforce Reloaded.
Uh-huh.
And it only just came out. Literally the 1st of December this game came out. But I've absolutely hammered it. It's so much fun.
So what is it?
It is, if you know from the arcades like 1942.
No.
It's that style of game. Basically a top-scrolling shoot 'em up. You're a little plane shooting down loads of other planes, and you've got little men that will be randomly dotted around the mission that you need to fly near and pick up. Everything you shoot releases an explosion of stars that you collect. You use the stars to upgrade your ship, like the main cannons, missiles, side cannons, and it's awesome. There was another game, Skyforce Anniversary Edition, because as I say, I think they redid that maybe 10, 20 years on from when Skyforce was originally released. It's just wicked fun, especially if you like a retro shoot 'em up, and I love them.
So you're in a plane?
Yeah. Basically, a plane. The screen scrolls towards you.
Oh, classic.
Just flying, blowing up tanks, like other planes, and then there are boss battles at the end of each mission, and it's awesome fun.
That's proper retro cool.
It is very good. And in the last tournament, because every weekend they do a tournament where it's a level that just keeps repeating, and difficulty goes up each turn round.
Mm-hmm.
And the aim is to get the highest score possible. I got to 10th in the UK.
Oh, wow.
On the leaderboards.
That's amazing.
I didn't make the global
Cool.
leaderboard, but I was 10th in the UK with my.
That's really good, dude. You're like,
but I hadn't fully upgraded my ship either,
dude, you could contact the company. They'll probably get you to do testing and shit because you're like, like they do that. Games companies, like for really good players, they'll like get them to test the game out and get their opinions on stuff.
I'll give them a shout once I get to number 1 in the world.
Seriously, you should like contact them or something, because like when I have been to a game developers before, Wink,
Yeah,
wink,
yeah.
nudge, nudge. They had like a very good player there who was like high up in the rankings to test some stuff out
Nice.
and give their opinion.
Well, once I make it onto the global rankings, I'll get in touch with them then. Top 20 in the world. Then's the time to have a word.
Sweet. Let's go back to DeD. DeD's got so much unique stuff.
Yeah.
Next would be the Escapist 2.
Cool.
Awesome.
So what is the Escapist 2? It's a sequel.
Yeah, sequel to the Escapists.
Excellent.
You're in prison and you've got to break out. That's basically it.
Sweet.
It's very stylized graphics. You've got to craft weapons and costumes and dig tunnels and whatever happens to be the easiest way out of the prison, really.
Cool. And is it multiplayer as well? I think you mentioned that it was multiplayer.
It's multiplayer now. This time you can have, I think it's 4 players.
Sweet.
So you can all work together to get out of the prison.
What do you play this on?
Oh, really?
PC or Xbox or?
I've got it on PC.
Cool. Well, we could play it. We could play it together. We could do like a let's play.
Yeah,
I'm guessing it's fairly cheap as well. Is that right?
I think it was only like 25
Yeah,
quid.
because it's sort of almost indie-ish.
Yeah, it's made by Mouldy Tooth Studios and published by Team 17.
Ah, not surprised. It looks like the kind of game they would support.
Yeah, Team 17 have been supporting them for quite a while.
They're producing a lot of indie games actually, or like slightly indie games, but kind of moving into.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of work with smaller companies to help them publish.
Yeah.
So, like the guys that did Ukulele, Playtronics.
Yes.
Yeah.
They seem to be sort of helping smaller companies find footing in the gaming industry.
And it's very clever as well because it builds up their brand. Because like a lot of these people they're picking up, like it fits in with the Worms kind of look. So and the style as well. So like the Escapists have always got a very visual style that you can actually see in the background of the stream itself and the recording or whatever you're watching. You know, it's kind of got a similar-ish, not the same style, but kind of a more cartoony relative style. And you have that with ukulele as well.
Yeah.
The ukulele is more very like mascotty, like you know Mario or Banjo Kazooie or that kind of thing. Cool. Well, wait, I think we should do a let's play of that because that looks fun.
See, I'd be intrigued because I played the Escapists, but I've just never got anywhere on it. To be honest, I've not sat down and given it time and worked anything out.
Yeah.
And I think not having a clue what I'm doing, it's just really difficult to get started.
Well, one of the things they added in the Escapist 2 was multiple level prisons. So you got multiple floors instead of just a flat plane.
Wow. I think it'd be awesome fun doing a let's play and doing Prison Break. Can you tattoo the map of the prison on your skin?
No, not that I've seen.
Oh.
Yeah, that sounds a bit like cheating.
But there are some ways out of the prison you have to do multiplayer. There's no other way to do it.
Nice.
So it encourages multiplayer.
That would be awesome fun then, yeah.
It sounds quite fun. I like cooperative games that aren't like. I mean, I do like competitive games as well, but it's quite nice to play cooperative games with some friends.
Definitely. I much prefer co-op.
I do generally.
Just because there's enough conflict in the world. Can't we all just
Get
along?
Exactly.
Bunnies. Peace on earth.
Let's go back to. Yeah, we've only got like one each left, I think. So.
Yeah.
Your plan worked. Doing 2 for DeD before was a good idea.
You see.
Let's do my last of my top 5, which wasn't released this year, but maybe it sort of was. I don't know if it was released. Anyway, it's Elite Dangerous.
It was released this year on consoles, but it's been around on PC for a couple of years.
Was it released on VR this year?
It may have got a VR patch this year. I'm not sure.
Anyway, I played Elite on and off for a lot of years, but
Yeah.
I kind of got a bit bored of it. And then I bought a VR headset, and then I'm actually sat in a real ship flying in space. So this is one of my top 5 games now, because it's absolutely amazing in VR. Absolutely amazing. Unbelievably good. I can't even tell you how amazing it is. Although, when you accidentally, instead of like getting your landing gear down, you boost into a station with a VR headset on, you can really feel like throwing up because you smack into it, you spin around like 100 miles an hour, and your head is just like completely gone. So,
I so want to try that.
It's such a good game with VR. Like, I think VR is going to be great for like especially certain types of games. Cockpit games in particular are just so good for it because it's a lot like you're really there. So that's been a lot of fun for me, and they've released some updates and stuff this year as well, with some aliens coming in and various bits and pieces. But it's just a lot of fun, even if it is a bit of a space version of a glorified Euro Truck Simulator.
Space Truck Simulator.
It kind of is, really. I mean, you can
Europa.
Yeah, you can do some like shooting and stuff and mining and all that stuff, but I've ended up just like delivering goods so I can get money quicker, buy better ships. So yeah, that would be mine. That would be my last of my top 5 because it was just been a lot of fun. I spent a lot of time on it, so it had to go in there. There's not much else to say about Elite. I mean, it's been out for a while. It was released on PS4 as well. I played it a bit on that as well, and Xbox. So, was it released on Xbox? Xbox One.
Xbox.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good game. Anyway, Rammy, what's your last one?
My last one's kind of I can't remember whether the main game came out this year, but certainly the add-on was released recently.
What game is this?
XCOM 2 on Xbone, and the add-on War of the Chosen. So amazing! It just adds so much depth and even more insanity to what's already a massive, great strategy game, and it's so much fun. And War of the Chosen just adds in even more stuff, and some of the Chosen that you're up against are such bastards. They really are a massive bag of dicks, some of them.
I really want to play the expansion because I played all of XCOM and then I started playing XCOM 2, but I wasn't like burnt. Well, I'd already played a lot of XCOM, so I kind of didn't hardcore the whole way through XCOM 2. So I kind of want to get expansion and then do it that way.
It's really good, but it does really ramp up the difficulty level compared to just playing the standard XCOM.
Right. Because what does it add? Can you get aliens on your team or something now?
Yeah. There's 3 like new factions that are also fighting the alien menace. They will join your team, and they've got different abilities and different weapons, and it just really mixes it up. They've changed sort of aspects of the progression system, the way you level up your characters, so you can do even more there. There's so many more things to research and brand new aliens to fight. And one really cool thing, there are these enemies that you now fight called boss.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like just basically alien zombie things. And rather than just dealing with a couple of like badass aliens, you'll suddenly have like 9 or 10 of these things charging at you.
Oh my god.
And you'll have to deal with them. Well, they give you a great mechanic. Every lost you kill, it gives you a free action.
Oh.
So as long as you've got ammo in your gun, you can cap one after another. And when you see a horde of like 10 of them legging it at you, manage to take down all 10 before they get to you. It feels awesome.
Sort of snowball effect.
Yeah. But again, it just changes it up and makes missions a bit more interesting and a bit more variety. It's just more XCOM, which is always a good thing.
If anyone that doesn't know, XCOM is basically kind of a strategy game where you have your team of soldiers and you go out on missions where you kind of kill some aliens and you have some objectives. But it's well known and well liked by a lot of gamers because it's brutal. So if your characters die in XCOM, they are dead. They're completely dead. So it's a lot of fun. It's very stressful, and it's one of those games that's kind of you create your own stories. You know, you name all your characters after your friends, and then they die, and it's sad.
This is Trooper Rammy. Trooper Rammy keeps getting hurt.
Yeah, Rammy died in my game.
We've started cloning Rammies.
Stop using me as a meat shield.
It's quite funny. Dad would just like shit on everyone, and Rammy just died. It's really sad. Dad was just like, I think he had a rocket launcher or something, and just shitting on aliens left, right, and centre.
So what? I'm winning.
Yeah, you were winning. Rammy lasted a while, but then he died horribly.
Damn it.
So it was pretty sad.
Yeah, awesome fun. Been a massive fan of the series ever since like it first came out back in the 90s.
Do you know what? I actually remember that. I was really young. But I think I was like...
You were known.
Yeah, XCOM. Yeah, Enemy Unknown. Was it Enemy? No, what was it called?
UFO Enemy
That's
Unknown.
it.
Yeah.
That
And
was
then
the first version of it. And then
Terror from the Deep.
that was it, Terror from the Deep.
Played so much of that game. So amazing.
See,
I think I had it on the Amiga 500.
I played XCOM. No, XCOM, UFO Enemy Unknown. I played when I was about 10. I think at my
Nice.
friend's dad's house because he's really into computers, and we got to play it on PC. It was amazing. Like it felt like this whole like because you had the whole globe, didn't you? You could like go to different locations on the
Yeah.
globe. It felt like this massive game back then.
Totally was.
I miss gaming from back then. Like I used to play stuff like that, and then like I was introduced to like networking computers together, so like playing LAN, and we played like the original Jedi Knight over LAN. Oh, it was amazing.
So
You could even choose your lightsaber color back then. If only they made Star Wars games like that. No, they don't. They just make Battlefront fucking 2.
we weren't gonna go there.
I know, but come on, man. What happened to the days of like, oh, I can like customize my lightsaber and make a really cool Jedi to like now where it's like, oh, like, hello, children, give me your parents' credit card and I'm going to absolutely rape it.
And then I'll be able to win.
Speaking of which, they've done really badly on that game. It's sold really poorly.
Really?
It's like I think I heard today it's something like 8,000. Was it 800,000 units have been sold, and they were aiming for like 1.6 million by the end of the month. And I think Call of Duty World War II in the same amount of time has got 4.2 million sales. So it's done really badly.
And the fact is, it's a Star Wars game.
I know.
Like, fans should have like hammered that.
I don't know what they're thinking. The fact they kept Anyway, let's start this conversation because we can just go on about it all day.
Yeah. No, we'll just end up ranting about it forever.
One thing I will say though is, like, I don't know any info on what actually happens in the film, but Last Jedi is getting seriously good, like, hype. People are saying it's like, I think
Lots of good reviews.
why.
It's got BB-8 in it, so.
Well, I've heard. Oh yeah, why don't you show us BB-8?
Well, it's got Gothic
Oh,
BB-8
Gothic
in it
BB-8.
as well. Yeah, BB-9E. It's like a Imperial version of BB-8.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
hey, there it is. The dream.
So, yeah, it's BB-9E is the new droid that everyone's talking about.
Oh.
It's a black BB-8 with a different shaped head.
Oh.
It's an Imperial droid, so it's a bad guy. So it's like his evil cousin.
But people have been saying it's like their favourite Star Wars film ever. I've seen people ranking it like after Empire Strikes Back, like second best film, or like seeing it as the best film ever. I'm really hyped to watch it.
One thing I saw was it's the longest Star Wars.
It is.
Cool.
It's like 2.5 hours or something like that.
Oh my god.
So well excited for that. Going with the kids on Friday.
God damn it! I'm gonna try and go on Thursday. I think like week on Thursday. Are you going this Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, you can see it before me.
That's 15 showing. Oh my god!
God,
So excited.
I'm so jealous, man.
Gonna be amazing.
God
If it's that good, like if you're going like the following Thursday, I might have to come.
Dude, come along. It'll be good.
Possibly.
Oh, no, you can just sit there and give him all the
No,
spoilers.
don't be that guy.
No, I couldn't. Because I'd kill someone for spoiling Star Wars.
It's gonna be so hard to like.
Go to jail, definitely.
It's gonna be so hard to avoid though.
Social media blackout.
To be fair, I did delete Facebook off my phone, like quite a while back. Not because of Star Wars. I just thought it was really unhelpful to just general existence. I just don't think it's a positive like force. I have Facebook Messenger to contact you guys, but I don't. I think Facebook's really negative. It is though. It's literally like it's just full of like basically what Facebook is like designed to make people feel like everyone's having a better time than they are, even though they're not. Like it's like that and people posting pictures of their meals. It's really boring. Or pictures of their children. Like that's pretty much it. It's like, oh, aren't my children so wonderful, and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, but cat videos.
I can get them off YouTube. I don't need to go on Facebook for those.
Oh, I suppose.
Plus, you have a cat, so you can just watch your cat.
Well, I have 3 cats.
So you can watch all 3 of them.
That's pretty good for cats.
You don't even need a VR headset for
that. Cats now in real life.
The new novel idea.
Oh, it's weird. It's not digital. What's going on? So realistic.
What are the edges of it's fuzzy?
It's so fluffy.
Oh my god.
I think we've digressed.
I don't even know what I talk about. Oh, XCOM. Yes, it's a good game.
How that links to internet cats just beyond.
Yeah, I don't know how we made all this.
That's your last one, I guess.
South Park, the fractured butthole.
Oh yeah.
That's so the best name for a video game ever.
It's really good. It's everything that made South Park South Park. Just like the Stick of Truth. It kind of picks up from the end of the Stick of Truth as well. So it is like a direct sequel. Or continuation, really.
I've actually played a bit of this as well.
Does it literally tie in?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the start of the game is basically the end of the Stick of Truth.
Oh, nice.
Or an ending to the Stick of Truth, so it kind of moves it on.
Yeah.
But it's everything that made that the that game perfect. It's the perfect South Park game because it's like playing an episode.
Awesome.
And at the moment, the coon is currently sat on Stef's head.
What? Oh, he is.
Nice.
Oh my god.
But no, it's really good. It's got all the sort of humour you'd expect from South Park, and conveniently no censoring this time.
I've played a bit of it as well. It's really good. The combat's even better.
Yeah, I haven't hit a single one of those censoring screens they put on the Stick of Truth.
Yeah.
So I think they've worked their way around, or either that or the censors have just gone, there's no point. They can watch it on YouTube.
Well, I mean, if they're letting Star Wars Battlefront 2 through, I mean, this is like nothing, really.
Yeah. So
Star Wars Battlefront 2 is not incredibly racist, and
I don't know. I think South Park's more
South
like it.
Park.
I wouldn't say South Park's racist. I'd say it's more like a satire.
okay, well,
So
it's
Is
not
it-
the sort of game you let your kid
Yeah,
watch.
but how many people? Well, actually, you guys are a bit older, but like, I mean, everyone I knew at school when I was like 11 watched South Park.
no,
South Park didn't exist when I was at school.
no, nor I. It was when I went to uni it came out.
Ah.
But I have small children. My son will turn 11 on Boxing Day, and he still will not be watching South Park. Just insane.
I think it was easy to get away with watching it when I was younger, because like the concept that a cartoon could be rude was not really out there.
Well, it was the first time, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, it kind of set the benchmark for rude cartoons.
I'm pretty sure they sold like South Park lunchboxes and shit. Like,
Yeah.
They sold South Park everything.
yeah, I had a South Park pencil case actually. I remember, like when I was 11 in year 7. That's really inappropriate.
Wrong.
It's a cool pencil case though. I was very proud of it.
But
Also,
yeah, the Fractured Butthole's got a decent combat system, kind of turn-based
And story.
combat.
South Park story.
The story, it's a superhero-based story, and it's very South Park.
Mm.
awesome.
They kind of take the piss out of things like Civil War, Captain America: Civil War.
Nice.
It's all the sort of usual sort of tropes you'd expect to see, and yeah, things like making the disabled kid the fastest, basically turning Jimmy into the Flash.
Yeah, there's that bit, isn't there,
Okay.
where he's like towards the beginning, where he's like sends him off to like do a mission really quickly, and he's like, "I'm on the way," and then he just like hobbles really slowly up the stairs.
Yeah,
It's so bad, but it's so funny.
it's basically a standalone episode of South Park that you can interact with. It's written by the guys that made South Park, Matt and
Trey Park,
yeah, that's it. Trey and Park.
something like that. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's just good. I mean, that is another game that well could have been in my top 5. It's so hard to pick actually this year because it has been a really good year for games. I mean, they've come out at a really odd time, so there was like a load of good stuff at the beginning of the year, then a drought, and then there's been like in the last month or two there was like South Park and Assassin's Creed. It's a bit weird, isn't it? They've kind of all come out towards the end and the beginning of the year.
Yeah, usually the dry spell in the middle, which is usually about right.
So frustrating. Why they can't just stagger mentally.
It's so frustrating. They'd be cheaper.
I cannot hear you, Rami. You've suddenly got really quiet.
Oh, can you hear me
I
now?
can.
Can you hear me
That
now?
You're kind of coming in and out, actually.
Don't know
Oh, you're
why.
fine now.
Okay.
So
Maybe the computer's getting tired.
we've still got our top 5 games we're looking forward to as well. Got a little bit more to do.
Well, should we maybe do them as a group? Like, you list your top 5 and then we'll discuss them.
Yeah, we can do that.
So that may be going through them a bit quicker, but again, there may not be much information on all of them yet.
We also have a lot of crossovers, so
Yeah.
Let's start with me then.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of crossover here actually. Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
Detroit Being Human.
Yep.
Shenmue 3.
Yeah.
Kingdom Come Deliverance. So those are my top 5. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Any of those you're interested in?
Yeah. 3 of them really.
So well, let's start off with Death Stranding because there isn't much to say about that game.
It just looks so insane.
It's another game by Kojima, isn't it? The guy who made Metal Gear Solid, who's now been let off on the loose because he's left Konami, and now he has his own studio and can do what the hell he wants. So it's going to be wacky.
But it looks like it really has. Like his worst acid-fueled nightmares.
It's amazing. He's got some really good actors and people, and he's got Norman Reedus, Mads Mikkelsen, and Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro.
He's involved as well.
Yeah. Awesome.
So, I mean, there isn't much to say about this. Just go watch a trailer. It's weird and fucked up. And Norman Reedus has a baby inside him. I don't really understand.
Yeah, apparently
the baby inside him
has something to do with the mechanics of the game.
Yeah, I mean, like, Kojima's come out with this whole thing about, he's kind of like revamped the concept of what death is in a game, and like you die and then there's like a big crater and then you come back alive, and it's like, yeah, okay, so your character respawns. This isn't impressive. There's a new idea.
Nothing new. That happens every time I die in South Park.
Exactly.
It happens to Kenny every bloody episode.
It's not that
What he's
normal.
trying to say what he's trying to say is that normally when you die, you go back to where you were previously. Like,
not necessarily. It depends on the game.
Most of the time, and have to redo the bit you've just done, or look, with a lot of games that's the case, or you put back in your progress. The same with his game is you can wander around this purgatory place, like pick up items and do whatever you want with it. And then when you do decide to come back into the game, you come back into the game right after whatever's killed you or whatever effects taken place, and has changed the game world, and characters change for knowing, oh yeah, that killed me. Live with that now.
I mean, it looks interesting. I think it will be good. I really don't. I think it's going to be great, actually, because I think he obviously is hopefully going to be doing a lot more story. I felt like Metal Gear Solid 5 was very rushed. And yes, the gameplay was 10 out of 10, but the story was utter balls, and I absolutely hate it. And I think Kojima actually made the story shit on purpose because he hated doing Metal Gear and didn't want to do it anymore. Which I think is pretty true. I mean, because he did tie everything up in Metal Gear Solid 4, and he'd said he didn't want to do any more like before that game. So I think, hopefully this will be good. So we've also got Red Dead Redemption 2, which is hopefully going to be out in spring next year. I mean, there's not that much on it. There's like a trailer, and I don't know if we're going to be able to play multiple characters or just one. But
GTA Wild West would be awesome.
I just hope that they... Well, they're going to really focus on the online part as well, aren't they? It's probably why it's taking so long.
Yeah, it's going to be Grand Theft Auto Online.
Yeah. I mean, I think the single player is going to be great. I'm just not that arsed about spending so much time on multiplayer.
No, I'm not. I've still not recovered from my experience of GTA Online on the day it came out. So it put me off a great game. It was that bad.
You need to get close to your mic, my friend.
Sorry.
There we go.
It put me off a great game. Because I played GTA Online, well, tried to, the day they released it, and it was awful.
Yeah, it was really buggy. I mean, the online's okay, but...
I mean, it looks like they've added in a shit ton of content since then. Some of it actually looks interesting, but it's too late now.
It's quite an old game now, though, as well.
Yeah.
That's Red Dead. Then we've got Detroit Being Human by Nick... Is it Nicolas Cage? I think that...
Become Human, isn't it?
Yes, that's it. Become Human. Detroit Become Human.
By Nick Cage.
Isn't it Nick Cage?
What?
I don't think it's the same Nick Cage.
It's not Luke Cage, I know that.
Oh, Nicolas Cage, isn't he an actor? Famous for playing Ghost Rider and
Oh yeah, fuck.
Face Off.
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about?
What's he called? David Cage. Is it David Cage?
Very much not Nicolas Cage.
Yes, it's David Cage.
All right, okay.
It'd be a very different film if it was David Cage on The Rock with Sean Connery.
Yeah, no, it's definitely David Cage. He had Cage in his name. I was getting there. Sort of. But yeah, no, he's made a lot of cool games. He made Heavy Rain, which is really cool. He made Fahrenheit / also known as Indigo Prophecy, which was really cool. And then he made a fairly wanky game called Beyond Two Souls, which was okay, but not really that good.
Wasn't that the with William Dafoe in it?
Yeah. It was okay. But it wasn't as powerful as Heavy Rain, or as good.
Spindles played some of Detroit, didn't he?
Oh.
He's played one of the game shows, I think. He played a little bit of it.
Yeah, he said it was awesome.
I think it's going to be really good. Because it's about androids, isn't it? Or not androids.
Yeah.
Robots. AI.
It's got one of the actresses that is in it, the girl that's in that picture there, was in the Following.
Ooh, what's that?
Oh, right.
The Following. It's a TV program that was on Sky One, I think it was, about
awesome.
a copper chasing after a serial killer.
Oh.
Well, a serial killer cult.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Kevin Bacon.
I might watch that. I've got real hype on watching stuff about serial killers at the moment.
What have you watched about serial killers?
Mindhunter. It's on Netflix. 10 episodes. Best series I've seen this year. Well, no, actually not as good as Legion, but it's very good.
Watch The Following then, because that's awesome.
Sweet.
And another really good one with Gillian Anderson.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can't remember the name of it.
Hannibal.
Set in Ireland.
We're really going off topic. Let's stop this.
The Fall. That's
The what?
The Fall.
Oh, it's about serial killer. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll watch that. So I find serial killers fascinating.
And The Following. Awesome. They'll be right up your alley.
Sweet. Hannibal's a really good series as well, actually.
Yeah, love that as well.
It's great. We also have Shenmue 3, which you guys probably don't care about.
No, I'm intrigued by Shenmue 3.
So Shenmue 1 and 2 came out on the Dreamcast, and
You Yeah.
I think Shenmue was the reason that the Dreamcast actually fell apart because they spent so much money on it that they couldn't afford anything else. Well, that's the myth, I think. It cost so much money, the first Shenmue.
No, but the Dreamcast just didn't get any promotion at all.
Do you not think?
No.
I mean, I do wonder with Shenmue 3 whether. I mean, I'm quite excited for it, but like graphically, it doesn't look that amazing, and I'm not sure unless they release like there has been rumor about like a HD collection being released for the first two, which would be good. But I think they really need to do something like that because it's most people are going to pick it up apart from like people like me who haven't even like played those games for about 20 years, like aren't really gonna understand what the hell's going on.
Because they were really big and in depth, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
And you could literally live a life, couldn't you, in them?
Well, there's a lot of similarity between Shenmue and Yakuza, actually. Yakuza seemed to pick up, well, not similarity, well, very different story-wise and that kind of thing, but in terms of, like, the mechanics and all the, like, little mini-games and stuff, Yakuza definitely stole a lot of ideas from Shenmue.
Oh, right.
Interestingly.
I'd be intrigued to see what it's like. But I know you're picking it up, so I'll check it out with you, I reckon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a bit of an odd one to come back, but I mean, I would have Final Fantasy VII Remake on this list, but I don't think that's coming out till the next console generation. Is my guess.
Not going to come out ever.
It's not, is it? No, it will come out.
Another 10 years.
Probably. Last one, Kingdom Come Deliverance. So I don't know.
No,
have you heard of this?
I think I've watched a trailer and it all seemed very kind of for King and Country, Knights Ho.
Yeah, it's like it's like a medieval simulator almost. It's not really. Well, it is sort of. It's a bit basically. You start the game as this character and something happens. I think your village goes to shit, and you can basically go and do quests in the game, a little bit like Skyrim. But if you don't like, there's like a kind of time moves on. So if you decide not to follow up a quest, like the NPCs will go off and do the quest without you, and things will happen, and you'll miss it all and that kind of stuff. So it's quite interesting in that sense.
So it progresses even if you're not taking part.
Yeah. So if you're like, oh, it's a shiny butterfly, and you go chase the butterfly for like 2 hours, then you're probably going to miss out on getting involved in some investigation to some deaths in the local village or something. But hey, it was worth it. The butterfly was lovely. So
that'd be intriguing. I'll be intrigued to see how that works out.
It's meant to be based on some like historical time as well. I don't know that much about it, but it looks really fun. So I think it comes out in February.
By any chance?
What's that?
The medieval times, by any
I
chance?
think you may be right there. How did you know?
Not the Crusades.
A random guess. Stab in the dark.
Well done.
Not based on the Crusades at all, is it?
No, I don't think it is actually. I might be wrong though. I don't know enough about it. It's one of those I kind of want to not know too much about it.
Yeah. And just experience.
Exactly. So, Rami, what are your top 5 looking forward to?
Right. Well, there is some crossover here with your list.
Do the crossovers first.
Red Dead Redemption 2
Yeah.
and Detroit.
Yes.
Then also Death Stranding just missed the cut. But that looks so insane. I'm dying to know what that game's actually going to be about, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped about
it. Next is Spider-Man.
That looks really good. That's nearly that. I'm looking forward to that as well.
Because I love the old Spider games, and from what I've seen of the gameplay of this Spider-Man, it looks like they've got it absolutely. And who wouldn't want be Spider-Man, let's be honest. Amazing.
Can you move to the mic a little bit more?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Who wouldn't want to be Spider-Man? Looks amazing. So
It does look sick, doesn't it?
it does look well sick. So another reason to buy a PS4 along with Detroit. Is Death Stranding PS4 only?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it is, though.
Yeah, exactly. Boo.
It's the kind of like developer I could see Sony immediately investing in if he started a games company.
It's more than likely it will be.
Yeah.
It's a weird game, so it's more than likely going to be a PS4 game.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be multi-platform. I don't know why. It's just Kojima's always been really tight with Sony, and they're probably helping him out. I would think.
Probably.
And it's also a Japanese game, isn't it? So.
Not only that, doesn't it use the same engine that they used for Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yes, it does.
But in different ways.
In fact, they had a bit of a. You might find this interesting, Dad. They kind of. I think they worked together on the engine or something. They had sort of mutual.
They're sharing sort of tech.
Mm.
Some of the coding they're using is being shared as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's a big collaboration, isn't it? Which is awesome.
It's quite unexpected. You wouldn't think those two. I don't know. I wouldn't put them together sort of naturally.
I'm sure I read an article where basically I think Kojima was looking around at all kinds of different engines for. He wanted the game engine to run Death Stranding, and I think he saw something for Horizon Zero Dawn and just turned up to a meeting with them and said, "Yeah, I love your engine. Please, can we collaborate and can I use it?" And they went, "Yes, of course."
You would with Kojima. He is like a legend.
Yeah. And like they shared loads of stuff between them apparently, and I think it's awesome because again, it's pushing the envelope. What's not to love there?
I'm really excited to see what you can do with without being controlled by Konami as well, because like their history is really bad. Like in terms of their treatment of employees and all sorts of stuff. And they really hated Kojima. They didn't allow him to pick up his award for Metal Gear Solid 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Assets.
So that's Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man. Next one is a sequel to a game that traumatized my daughter. Ori and the Will-O-the-Wisps.
Ooh.
So it's the sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest, which really traumatized my daughter.
All worked out in the end, though, didn't it?
It did, because she was really saddened by, right at the start of the game, they kill like this big, friendly-looking like character. I had to play the entire game, which isn't an easy game by any stretch. It's like a hardcore platformer, Metroidvania style game, and literally I managed to get to the end, and at the end, spoilers, you do see the big thing come back to life, and then I had to go, look, see, it's back alive. Isn't that good? It's literally, she cried for like 20 minutes, half an hour, like straight, just because it's like, oh, why don't we play this platformer game together? Nope. Nope. Yeah, absolutely gutted. But yeah, it was fun, and it's a really good Metroidvania style game. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Oh, I didn't use my Spider-Man background. There it is.
Did you forget to use it?
Yeah, never mind. I showed it to people.
Okay, and the last one is a bit controversial, I think. It's going to upset you, Stef.
Yeah.
But I've got such high hopes.
Really? How have you got high hopes for this? Sorry.
I want to believe. I
don't believe.
But Anthem. the X-Bone, because I really want like a space explory game that I can play with my mates and is a load of fun and keep exploring and having all these great online experiences, co-op with a few good mates. And
I'm looking forward to that one as well.
I wanted Destiny to be that game, and it wasn't. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that Anthem.
I got 2 words for you.
Microtransactions.
No, that's an extra. That's the third word. EA
Yeah.
and BioWare. I used to love BioWare, sing their praises. They're one of my favorite games companies. Like,
Yeah.
Now, Andromeda is a different story. There's a different team for that. But I think a lot of the good stuff from BioWare have left. Like, developers have left and left and left and left and left BioWare over the last few years. All the talent's like been leaving. The guy that like came up with the whole concept of games like Dragon Age, things like that, they've left. Like, I don't know. I think BioWare's dead, and I think his Anthem thing is going to be the death of BioWare.
Well, I'm crossing my fingers and hoping it'll be the game that I want it to be, rather than
how. I mean, dude, games as a service. They want it to run for 10 years. They probably wanted Battlefield 2 to run for a year till they release the third one. But no, like, I don't know, man.
It purely depends on how much content and value for money there is.
I don't know. I think EA is going to continue to drive themselves into the ground over the next few releases.
It might change because they lost an awful lot of money on Star Wars.
Yeah.
$31 billion or something like that was the missed earnings or the lost money. And they've also, I saw something out the corner of my eye on some stream or other about them rethinking the way that microtransactions are going to be in Anthem as to whether or not it might not even have any.
Oh, I did hear about that. They're probably going to... yeah, I heard Anthem was in trouble because they were going to... they were panicking about... They'd made it really microtransactions heavy and they were like trying to gut it out.
Yeah, so I don't mind microtransactions if they're purely cosmetic.
I don't either, to be honest.
When it's game changing, when I can play through the game as a normal person, and Mr. Bank Manager who earns 40 grand a year can throw money at it until he's blue in the face.
Thing is, that doesn't work. I mean, it's what's so interesting. If you look at Battlefront 2, one of the main complaints people have at the moment that actually play the game are that like 3 or 4 players in every single game have attached rubber bands to their controllers, so they're just running in circles because they'll get the same amount of credits. So you're not even having proper online games because people are literally AFKing to just get credits without having to play the game.
Just get credits.
I mean, it's pretty poor when people are doing that. Like, I don't have a problem with them doing it, but it shows how awfully they've made the game. People are like literally, it's that common that you can't actually play a multiplayer game without like the whole game being out of whack because like people are literally like doing that.
Well, it makes it easier to kill them if they're just AFKing. Just run and kill them. You get points for killing them.
I don't know if you do though. I don't think you. I'm not sure if you actually earn more credits for doing better on the score sheet.
You used to.
Not anymore.
No, I don't think you did originally. They might have put that in though in recent patches, but then I've heard that there's a way to kind of circumvent that, where actually you get more points by blowing up ships in the sky. So actually, what most people are doing is they're playing this Kashyyyk map, and instead of killing each other, they're just shooting planes out the sky. I mean, it's a bit of a shit show, really. People are literally like min-maxing ways to earn credits in that game. It's like a farming simulator in the worst kind of way.
Moisture farmer simulator.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't drink the blue milk. Right. So yeah, that's my picks. Ed?
Spider-Man and Detroit.
Yeah.
One that we've all got.
We covered those.
Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Ooh, yeah.
Space Pirates. Basically, from what I've seen in the trailers, it looks like it could be interesting. Sea of Thieves, because it looks cartoony and amusing. And Skull and Bones, because it looks like Assassin's Creed Black Flag without the assassins.
So basically, you just want to be a pirate.
Because it basically is.
You want to be a pirate.
That's what you're saying.
Arr.
Skull and Bones is basically the naval mechanics that they had in Black Flag. They've just literally lifted it straight out of the game and turned it into a multiplayer.
I'm quite excited about all these games, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure like how they'll all turn out. Sea of Thieves, I'm a little bit like kind of wondering, is it all kind of hype and is it actually going to be good? It looks kind of fun, but it looks like you could get bored easily if they haven't got enough content.
Yeah, I worry about Sea of Thieves, whether there'll be the content to keep you exploring and keep you engaged. If there is, that'll be awesome, because who doesn't want to be a pirate?
Isn't it made by the guys that made Banjo-Kazooie as well? Isn't it old Rare devs?
I'm not overly sure. I think so. It's something like that.
So that, I mean, that's pretty good. They're very good developers. If it is some guys from that.
It's got a very stylized artwork, and from what I've seen of the gameplay trailers, it looks like it could be fun.
Plus, you can fire yourselves out of cannons.
See, that's the thing. I'm just wondering if it's going to be one of those games that's really fun for like a couple of days, and you like play a lot of it, and then you kind of. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that either. Like, I think the problem is a lot of people got really hyped about it because they really want that kind of multiplayer pirate game where you can, you know, be a pirate.
Do whatever the fuck you like.
Yeah. I don't know though. There's a couple of opportunities there with like Sea of Thieves and Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones is more of a naval combat simulator. It's kind of like World of Warships with pirates.
Yeah.
That you can have a group of you all floating around together, and you just take on the opposition.
See, I like the idea of having your own sort of pirate empire and some kind of permanence where you've got maybe.
There'll be clans. There'll be clans set up. I don't know too much about whether it's going to be localized maps or if it's going to be an open world
MMO.
Yeah.
style map. I'd like it to be open world MMO.
So would cool. That would be amazing.
Literally sail wherever you want.
There has been one pirate. There was a pirate MMO, wasn't there, called Pirates of the Burning Sea? But that came out years ago.
Didn't it only make it to beta though?
No, you can still play it. I was actually thinking of downloading it again because I used to play it and quite enjoyed it, but I don't really know how long it will survive. It's like kind of been bought by another company, and I don't know if they even haven't. I don't know if they've even done anything for the game in the last like 2 or 3 years, or it's just kind of holding in there.
Well, it's an MMO, but is it World of Warcraft?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I think you could make a really good role-playing pirate game as an MMO. Like, it's like the perfect formula for an MMO, I think, because you could have really good ground game. You could have really good ship battles, like pimp your ride, all that stuff.
It'd be awesome, but it just seems like most MMOs are doomed to fail unless they're Warcraft.
Depends what you define as failure, because like Star Wars: The Republic, from what I understand, is actually still doing very well. And what's that other game that's doing really well? There's like another MMO that's still doing really well as well. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it's not Rift. It's like something else.
Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, Guild Wars 2 is probably still doing well. Like, I don't know. I think there's a lot of room for like other MMOs, and you've got a lot of new companies coming back to bring MMOs kind of back, but more the old school MMOs before World of Warcraft. Like,
Yeah.
you know, back in the day where it used to be a lot more about role playing, there's quite a few companies, Kickstarters, looking at doing that sort of thing. There's a company creating a game called Ashes of Creation, which looks really good. I don't know. I don't think MMOs are dead. Actually, I think they're going to have a revival.
No,
Maybe.
I'd like to see variety, but it seems like most manage a handful of months at best before they go to free to play and then slowly die.
Yeah, they do microtransactions and then everyone leaves.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the problem is I think after Warcraft, a lot of money was invested in MMOs, and they wanted to capture the same amount of people and have the same retention, instead of like trying to do something new and interesting and not like assume that they're going to have loads of people. Like they used to have MMOs like Star Wars Galaxies and EverQuest and Ultima Online that didn't have like nearly as many people as World of Warcraft, but actually back in the day they still had quite a lot of users. Like they had like, I don't know, 500,000 or something, which isn't bad as long as you haven't spent loads of money making it, I suppose. But one last thing I'd like to pick up on is just Beyond Good and Evil 2, because that looks really cool.
The FMV video makes it look well exciting.
You should watch. They've got a gameplay trailer, haven't they, with like where he's like on a ship that he can fly, the monkey, and he gets out and.
Wow, I've not seen the gameplay trailer yet.
It's work in progress gameplay. It's like, this is what we can do with our engine. It's a tech demo, basically.
Tech demo. Oh, but even so, to at least have
yeah, he runs around as the monkey on top of a building, gets in his ship, flies around for a bit, gets out again, runs around a bit more, gets back in his ship, and then flies into orbit.
It looks amazing.
Oh.
It does look really good. Like it probably should have been in my top 5. Like I hadn't really, I'd forgotten about it, but it's really, really good looking. Like, yeah. I didn't really play the original.
I've never played the original. I'm just looking forward to this one.
I've only played a bit of the original, and I got distracted.
It's meant to be really good. It's like really highly praised.
It does seem kind of dated, though.
That's the problem. It's probably great at the time.
Yeah. But now it feels dated because it was free on Games with Gold at some point, so I've downloaded it then and tried going back to it. It's like, it's just feels a bit old now, and I can't be bothered to invest the time.
What was it released on? Was it Xbox?
360.
It wasn't before that.
Oh, it's 360.
What's that? It was 360.
I think it was 360.
It was 360 because they've literally only just started releasing Xbox games.
I thought it was older than that, you know. But
no,
oh,
it's not. Definitely 360. Otherwise, I wouldn't own it.
Surprised it feels so dated. Then Xbox 360 games still are alright looking, most of them.
I think this was near the start of the Xbox 360, though.
Oh.
Fairly close. Gonna check now.
Well, I think there's a lot of good stuff to look forward to next year, to be honest. I'm quite excited.
I am. I'm just a little disappointed that potentially half of the games I want to play are on PS4.
PS4 go down in price though.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to pick one up at some point soon. Yeah, November the 11th, 2003 was Beyond Good and Evil.
That's really old.
It was on PS2. I assume it came out on the 360 at some point.
So it was kind of like an old game that was ported to the 360 then, because PS2 was like Xbox times, wasn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
I thought it was old. That's like 14 years ago.
Maybe it is Beyond Good and Evil HD then.
You might be right.
And as I say, it does feel dated.
That's what it is. It's a port of an old game on the Xbox 360. Because it felt pretty old when I tried it. Like, yeah. I would explain it.
But the new one looks shiny as fuck.
It does. It looks really good. Well, I suppose we should probably end it there, really.
Yeah, wrap up. Merry Christmas, bunnies, everyone.
Indeed. Yeah. That was our, like, hopefully the videos are going okay. It's our second one, and we've had a few issues getting it up and running. And obviously the art style and all that stuff's not that great yet. But we're working on it. We've got various stuff we can do. Like, we need to maybe improve the lighting on our video cams and do fancy stuff like green screen maybe, and just generally make it look a bit better. But I think, you know, hopefully people are going to enjoy it, and yeah, let us know what you think, really. And why don't you let us know what your sort of top 5 games of the year are, and also what you're looking forward to, because it'd be interesting to hear from people on YouTube and see what you think. Cool. Well, on that note, I will bid you adieu. I have been Le Stef, and this has been Le Rammy.
Bye!
And
look, I'm waiting.
Oh, he's waving again. And Le DeD.
Bye, folks. Have fun.
There he is. He's reappeared. Excellent. Cool. Au revoir, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Bye, folks. Take care. Have fun.